Jackson digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making it rain, baby. Carroll for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com. Again, from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. We welcome you here to Indiana High School Volleyball Live here this evening. We have the 1-2 Wes-Del Warriors taking on your 3-1 Wapahani Raiders. Again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Hope all of you have had a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And it's almost Friday, and then the 3-day weekend. So hopefully we're in store for what will be a great ball game here tonight for Wapahani as we have your Raiders Live pregame show presented by Air Park Door, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So Wapahani, again, winners of their last 3 games. Obviously, the hard-fought, tough loss there on last Tuesday at home against Delta. But then last Thursday, came right back home again, and it was nice to see us, really put our best foot forward right there, and had a great game there against LaPel, going on there to a sweep there of the Bulldogs. And then earlier this week, started off the week with a couple of road games. On Monday night, traveled to Richmond and took on the Red Devils and swept them in clean fashion, as well as the varsity-only game on Tuesday night and our first MEC matchup of the season at Blue River, in which the Raiders won that one in straight set fashion as well. So again, winners of our last 3, looking to make it number 4 here tonight. Obviously, yes, some things have got to go correctly right here. I think, again, the first time out there against Delta, again, I think these girls just didn't look like they were quite in sync on a consistent basis. Since then, we've continued to see that. You want to continue to see that not only tonight but every night. These girls really, not only in sync but communicating and keeping the ball in play. Serving, hitting, whatever it is. I know that's a lot easier said than done. But you got to force your opponent to play defense. You can't afford to give away points. So, keep the ball in play. Again, from behind the serving line, keep the ball out of the net and keep it from heading out of bounds. Make them play defense, and hopefully, we'll record some serving aces here tonight to, among other things that will hopefully go correctly here for Wapahani. And I tell you what, hopefully there's not as many 2-hit calls in this varsity game as what there was in that JV game earlier this evening. So hopefully things will look better there from that on both sides. But big MEC conference matchup. This is just one of many goals this team has, and that's finishing with a perfect conference record and winning your MEC conference. And, this is a big opportunity here for Wapahani to keep going in the right direction here tonight and defend their home court. So Wes-Del and Wapahani coming up. Stay right here with us. Again, this has been our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Air Park Door. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's meet tonight's teams. First for the visiting Wes-Del Warriors. Number 1, Kylan New. Number 2, Aubrey Antrim. Number 3, Taylor Freeman. Number 4, Ainsley Draper. Number 5, Valerie Clark. Number 6, Layla Carmichael. Number 7, Joy Tony. Number 8, Carmen Pierce. Number 9, Savannah Durr. Number 10, Jenna Dent. Number 11, Sophia Grove. Number 12, Jocelyn Mosier. 13, Presley Durr. Number 14, Tori Ward. And number 15, Natalie Linder. The Wes-Del Warriors are coached by Kayla Stanley. All right, Raider Nation, let's hear it for your Wapahani Raiders. Number 1, Tatum Dudley. Number 2, Cammie Rivers. Number 3, Maren Hopkins. Number 4, Kaylee Clements. Number 5, Callie Parker. Number 6, Caroline Hunsinger. Number 7, Noah Baker. Number 10, Addie Barr. Number 11, Olivia Walters. Number 13, Journey Mays. And number 15, Madeline Grove. Your Raiders are coached by Valerie Wells and assisted by Alexis Briggs.
All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Again, hope you guys got the roster rundown right there. Did want to mention, man, what a lovely rendition of the national anthem there by Wapahani student Macy Goodpaster. Sing that absolutely beautifully here tonight. Again, as always, she always does a fantastic job. So, again, want to recognize her. Big thanks there to Macy for being here tonight and for singing this evening's national anthem. Also, I'd like to send out a big thanks here to our officials here this evening, Enda Carey and Vivian Malone. And also shout out to some loyal listeners here this evening. I'd like to send out a big thanks to Bob Taylor watching us here this evening, as well as Barbara Wilmoth, and many, many more that always watches us and listens to our broadcast. And we sure do appreciate you guys, and hope you guys just kick back, relax, take your mind off whatever the day brought for you, and just enjoy the evening here with us on the WHS Network. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Wapahani coming in 3-1, winners of our last 3 games. Again, the victory over LaPel last Thursday, and then at Richmond on Monday and Blue River on Tuesday. And looking to, we're going to keep our winning ways going here tonight as we take on the Wes-Del Warriors. Wes-Del coming in at 1-2. So we'll have number 13, Presley Durr, back to serve to open up the ball game here tonight for Wes-Del. As tonight's game officially gets underway here at 7:11 p.m. here on this Thursday, August the 28th of 2025. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius, alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. So again, after the service there, puts Wapahani on the board here 1-0. That was Cammie Rivers back to serve just a moment ago. And a bad pass, but unfortunately the Raiders are in the nets. So we're going to tie things up at 1. So in comes number 4, Kaylee Clements for the Raiders. Rivers will have a seat. And number 7, Joy Tony, will drop back to serve, a freshman here for Wes-Del. Man, that was a heck of a nice serve there. Clements wasn't exactly sure how to react. Was kind of caught in between, and ends up being an ace there for Tony. That one out of bounds. And so that's going to even it up here at 2. So we'll see Nola Baker now in for Wapahani. Walters is going to have a seat, and Callie Parker will drop back to serve.
Good one right there, set up by Durr. Punched across by number 3, Taylor Freeman. Tatum Dudley on the attack there from the right side. Back to number 3, Freeman. Hunzinger on to Hopkins. Nice dig there from Tony, but then number 13, Durr, is over there by the student section. Had very little wiggle room right there, and instead sent that one into the stands for a souvenir for someone not to take home. Free ball here for the Raiders. Clements, Hunzinger, Baker, and a net violation on Wes-Del. Again, I mentioned this there in a pregame show, which those of you that watch the JV broadcast tonight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But that JV game here tonight, more two-hit calls in those two sets than what I had seen all year, and probably what has been all the games combined to this point here for Wapahani and for any other team that we've played. I mean, there was so many two-hit calls. Luckily, we haven't seen any of those yet, but give it time. Ooh. Well, and there it is. Oh, a two-hit call. That was right on cue. I couldn't have set that up any better. Okay, number 4, Ainsley Draper now in for Wes-Del. Six-3 now with number 1 Tatum Dudley back to serve. Let's see if Wapahani can put a little run together right here. Be nice to see us go on a nice little 6-7 point run. There we go. There's an ace for Dudley. Parker there to dig it out, and that was a nice pass, and there's Hunzinger. Just dropping it in there for point number 8. Dudley's there, Hunzinger, left side attack, Hopkins bringing the hammer as she nailed that one to the floor. Oh, heck yes. And Wes-Del won't be able to get that one back over as well. There again, another good serve there from Dudley. The timeout here from Wes-Del. We'll go ahead and stick with you here during this timeout. Again, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. So big thanks here to Alfred Rods and Customs with over 30 years of experience. They sell the baddest hot rods, street rods, muscle cars, and customs in the land, as well as buying, selling, and trading cars all over the country. For more information, you can give them a call at 765-717-3625 and look them up on Facebook at Alfred Rods and Customs. Also, please come check out their showroom at 613 East Weiser Street in Muncie, Indiana, and let them make your dream a reality. So again, following the timeout, 10-3 Wapahani. It'll still be Tatum Dudley back to serve. And that's going to be foot fault. So 10-4. So we'll see number 6, Carmichael, sub in for Wes-Del. She'll now be back to serve. And mishandled by Parker. Free ball right here for Wes-Del. Set on up there to Freeman, and out of bounds we go. No touch, they say. So point there for the Raiders. In comes Cammie Rivers. Clements will have a seat. Marin Hopkins back to serve. Good one there. Baker laid into it. Unfortunately, that one sailed just a touch out of bounds this time around. So Taylor Freeman back to serve for the Warriors. And Parker sends that one backwards, but thankfully the basketball goal ricochet helped us out that time around. So some miscommunication, I think, on whose ball that was. And ends up giving Wes-Del another point. The Raiders not off to a good start here. Another point right there, number 13, Presley Durr. Baker. So 12-8 after the kill from Nola. And Walters back in here for Wapahani. We'll have Nola Baker back to serve. And hit across. Here's Huntzinger to Hopkins. Lays into that one as well, but again, out of bounds. So again, just some early miscues here for Wapahani. Not to be mean, but just giving points away. That's what we've done so far. Hopefully we can start to correct things sooner rather than later. Nicely done there by Rivers. There's a good set there from Huntzinger. And then Rivers deposited that one. (13-9) again. Huntzinger back to serve. Good one right there along that right sideline. Diagonal shot there was Rivers. Set on to Dudley. On the Rivers left side. Attack. No touch. Point Wes-Del. So in comes number 9, Savannah Durr for Wes-Del. And we'll have number 13, Presley Durr, back to serve. Tony there from the left side. There's Parker. Huntzinger now on the Rivers. Back to Tony one more time. Hopkins, Huntzinger, Walters. Right back at her there, number 2, Aubrey Antrim. And And so Wapahani will take the timeout, 13-12. We'll step aside here for a quick timeout of our own. We'll be back with more right after these messages. All right, again, welcome back. Following timeout, 13-12. Wapahani leads at number 13. Presley Durr still back to serve. Wapahani with some work to do right here. Tatum Dudley there from the middle. So 14-12. Again, Wapahani start off, fairly decent here. Again, just some early miscues and mistakes. You know, they know they've got to clean it up. You know, it's not rocket science here. A lot easier said than done, but it's, these are all fixable mistakes that Wapahani's committed to this point. Now, with that being said, Wes-Del, they're playing, very up-tempo, very energetic out there on the floor, and very focused. But Wapahani's got to start playing to their strengths. Yep. Net violation. So the point there for Wes-Del. Being in all honesty, I don't even think that ball even had a chance of getting over the net either. So we'll have number 7, Joy Tooney, back to serve. And out of bounds we go. Point back there to Wapahani. So Nola Baker back in. Callie Parker back to serve. Again, hopefully we can get things going again here for Wapahani. Hopkins. That ball goes straight down. Good serve from Callie. There we go. Time to put it on down again. Baker with the left hand this time around. And that one was hit on the right side of the antenna and out of bounds. Clements, Hunzinger, another really nice job right there from Caroline. It's going to force Wes-Del to take a timeout. And again, we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during this timeout. Again, this will be our Sam Pierce Chevrolet game break. Great job here by Wapahani. They've done, at least as of right now, what they've needed to do. They needed to go on a run. It was up by 1 point. They've went on a nice run right here to kind of, put a little bit of a gap between them and Wes-Del and, swing that momentum back the other way. Because although Wapahani did have a 1 point lead, Wes-Del had all the momentum. For a good little bit, it seemed like, everything was going Wes-Del's way, and now Wapahani is swung things back in their favor. But obviously, this set ain't over yet. So got to put in the work right here to finish. We've got to be able to finish sets the right way. You can't start having letdowns and allow Wes-Del to really climb back into the thick of things right here and find themselves only down by a couple points here in the end. You've got to, while you have them down, you've got to keep them down and finish this game the right way. I'll finish this set, man. Oh, heck yes, Marin Hopkins. Freeman sent that one over and set that up on a silver platter for Marin Hopkins. And she tattooed that ball. Okay, so again, there was a little dispute on the ball there that tipped off Baker. Up referee in the carry. Again, reiterated again, that ball was right on top of the net right there. That was a good ball from Nola Baker. Durr sets it up there to Antrim. Hunzinger, Parker, and there was a net violation. Are you kidding me? The ball wasn't even anywhere near the net. We shouldn't have even been touching the net. All righty, 22-14 now. Ball sent deep there by Draper. And a point there for Wapahani. Nicely done. Another well-placed ball, this time by Tatum Dudley. As the Raiders, again now just 2 points away from taking set number one. Oh, well, yet again, it's not exactly how you draw it up, but it's still effective, and that's all that matters right there. So set point has arrived here for the Raiders. And Hopkins buries the Warriors right here to end set number one. So again, after what was a 13-12 ball game here in set one, Wapahani went on a nice 12-2 run to end it, exactly what the Raiders needed. And, no doubt I think that there's got to be some positivity and some momentum heading into set number two here for your Wapahani Raiders. So again, stick around here with us. Set number two coming up. Wapahani leads at 1-0 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top-producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process, at Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process, they were friendly, and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
All right, folks, welcome back in. We had to cut the commercial break a little short because, again, we were ready to get back to action right here. Both teams got back out onto the floor rather quickly. Again, we still had some time left on the clock, but nonetheless here 1-0 to start things off here in set number 2 for Wes-Del. Number 9, Savannah Durr, will now sub in as Presley Durr will be back to serve. That one's heading out of bounds. All right, so tied up at 1. Ola Baker now in for Wapahani. Parker back to serve. Good ball there, received there by Freeman. Tatum Dudley on the attack, and we'll have a net violation on Wes-Del. And then I did not get who that was in the net, but point for the Raiders. Tony there from the right side. Just a touch too mustard on that one, 3-1. Short serve there from Parker. Tony again there from the right side. Nice ball. Again, great recognition what the defense was doing right there. Again, got a wide open hole there defensively. And again, just well placed. Great recognition. And that will be into the net, so a point given there to the Raiders, as we will have Tatum Dudley back to serve. Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh. Baker to Dudley with the left hand somehow as she was falling to the floor. And Baker's soft touch. Just laid that one right on the floor. That was beautiful. Out of bounds. New there to receive that one. And then that ball. Oh, no. saying that Hopkins was in the net. And out of bounds. They usually say the ball don't lie. So 7-3. We'll just leave it at that. Rivers back in the game. Clements will have a seat. And Marin Hopkins will drop back to serve. Received by Freeman. And some miscommunication again there by Wes-Del as far as whose ball that was going to be. And instead, none of them got to it. Getting great service pressure here by Hopkins. Allows them to expand this lead right here. 9-3. That went a little too far. So number 6, Layla Carmichael, back in for Wes-Del, and she'll be behind the serving line. And Rivers delivers the 10th point here of set number 2. Real nice set there from Hunzinger, and then Cammie put that one down with some authority now to make this a 6-point advantage here for Wapahani. And Wes-Del will, unfortunately for them, be forced to take a timeout. So again, we'll go ahead and stay right here with you during this timeout to, once again, thanks some more of our sponsors here this evening. Again, a big thanks here to Next Home Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich. Again, Austin and Next Home Elite Real Estate's primary focus is to enrich lives by helping people find their next home. As one of Delaware County's premier realtors, Austin Rich provides a consumer-focused branding, the newest technology, and a market plan that provides superior service to all of his clients without compromise. For all of your real estate needs, contact Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate, 765-749-4546. Also, a big thanks here to Courtney Felton. Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton. Great teams win with heart, hustle, communication, trust, and those are some great values that Next Home Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. Call Courtney Felton at 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. So again, 11-4, Wapahani leads. Again, coming out of the timeout. Hunzinger sets it up to Hopkins. On to Rivers from the left side, and that is not in the line. So just outside the mark, 11-5, as number 3, Taylor Freeman, is now back to serve. Let's see if the Warriors are able to use this one to their advantage. Dudley, Hunzinger. That was number 6. Carmichael there to dig it out. Hopkins with the dig. Hunzinger with a set. Walters gets it over. Back to Tooney here on the left side, and that one will fall in. Great hustle there from Dudley. And that one served into the net. Crucial error there for Wes-Del. Let's see if Wapahani will utilize this to their advantage. They can go on a little bit of a run right here. Hunzinger back there to serve. Dohoney there on the backside, there on the left side of the action there for Wes-Del, gets the kill. So In comes Aubrey Antrim. We'll have Kylan New back to serve for the Warriors. Good ball there. Received there by Parker. Dudley gets it across. Hopkins, Hunzinger, Dudley. Dug out by Carmichael. Set up to Antrim. That's off the hand of Dudley and out of bounds. Walters gets just enough of it, and that's all that matters. So the kill for Olivia Walters puts Wapahani back on top here by 5. Cammie Rivers back to serve. Durr will chase that one down and hit out of bounds by Joy Tony. Back to Hopkins from the left side. Ball's just in front of the outstretched hands of Kylan New. Antrim from the left side. Parker with the dig. Hunzinger back to Hopkins again. Been a one-woman wrecking crew tonight here from Marion Hopkins. That one sent out of bounds as well again here by Tony. So now Wapahani starting to generate a little bit of momentum right here. Put together a little 5-0 run right now. Coming back to the hot hand, Mott as well. So right now, Wes-Del, not much of an answer here for the Raiders and Marion Hopkins, as they will be forced again to take a timeout, their second charge timeout here of set number 2. Stick around here with us. Again, here on the other side of the break, we'll be back at it here with set number 2, 18-8 Wapahani. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, back at it again. I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoygan. We hope everyone has enjoyed the broadcast so far here this evening. Again, whether you're a Wes-Del fan or a Wapahani fan, or just a volleyball fan in general that's tuning in on the IHSA Champions Network, just wanting to watch a game tonight, we want to say thank you and welcome to the WHS Network. So serving here from Rivers. And we'll see number 9, Savannah Durr, return to the floor for Wes-Del. It's going to be Presley Durr back to serve. And that one, again, sent to the moon. So Callie Parker back to serve. The floater right there from Callie on the Durr. Dug out by Clements, Hunzinger, and, well, Hopkins trying to punch it over with the left hand. She did what she could with it. Just a lot of moving parts going on right there that, again, just didn't allow us to be in sync that time around. Parker, Hunzinger, Hopkins, yes. Again, they have continued to have no answer for Hopkins. So again, you know, me and Redbeard and I was just talking about this. Got to keep feeding her the ball. I mean, you know, yeah, you want to spread it around. Lord knows we've got plenty of options. You know, Nola Baker right there just came through with a big time hit. You know, you got her, you got Tatum, you got Olivia, you got Cammie. So I mean, you have multiple options to go to that are all very important options and very good ones as well. But again, Hopkins, no doubt, has had a very hot hand here tonight. They will send that one backwards. An ace here for Tatum. That's what we like to see. And some confusion there on behalf of Wapahani. So we'll see Aubrey Antrim back to serve for Wes-Del. Again, 23-11. Parker, Hunzinger, Baker with the left hand. Gets the job done for point 24 as set point has now arrived. And Cammie Rivers will now sub back in for Kaylee Clements. And we'll have Marin Hopkins back to serve. Also for Wes-Del, Ainsley Draper returning to the floor. Hopkins, Hunzinger, and a little too much that time by Hopkins. Again, didn't quite get on top of the ball. So Valerie Clark back to serve. Or excuse me, I believe. Let's see, no, that was actually number 6, Layla Carmichael. Pardon me on that one. Baker, again, really had to reach far back for that one. There we go. So Hunzinger drops it in there to end set number 2, 25-14. So I guess a level of consistency here on both sides. 25-14 through the first 2 sets. We'll step aside and we'll be back here with set number 3 coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here. Again, set number 3 on the WHS Network. Again, big thanks to all of you for tuning in. And that ball, I think, was out of bounds. But we'll go with it. We'll take it all day, every day. So 1-0 Wapahani. But again, the Raiders, first 2 sets, again, very consistent here on both sides, 25-14. Both sets, again, won by Wapahani. So for sure in the driver's seat, but again, this is where we really got to kick it into high gear here and get it done. Nice up right there from New. All nicely done, though, by Rivers. Here's Huntsinger. Oh, Hopkins! I'll tell you what, Wes-Del will be ready to leave tonight, not even mess with her anymore. I mean, she has had her way here tonight as Marin Hopkins. Right back to her again. New again there with a dig, set on to Tony, and out of bounds. So again, the Raiders have dealt out some aces here throughout the evening. Not a ton, as we just get back to back. We might have had maybe 6, maybe, throughout the evening so far. Oh, look at that. The trio of aces here from Cammie Rivers. They're on the attack. Huntsinger. Parker on to Dudley. Hopkins will not be denied. Set on to Tony here on the right side, and that's going to be 4. And a quick timeout. How about this from Wapahani? That's what we're talking about. 8-0 start here for the Raiders. We'll step aside and we'll be back right after these messages. All right, so again, following the timeout here from Wes-Del, Wapahani leads at 8-0. Parker lays out for that one, nicely done by Callie. New sets it up to Freeman, and out of bounds. Oh, they say inbounds. The up referee overruled the line judge. That's a job I've said don't know how many times throughout the years I would never want to have. I mean, you get volunteered for it anyway, and it's not exactly a fun task. And if you make a great call, yeah, people's going to cheer about it. If you make a bad one, they'll really let you know about it. So 8-2 Again, Joy Tony back to serve for the Warriors. Hopkins over to Walters. Set up to Freeman. Oh, look at that by Callie Parker. Yes. Back to Freeman, soft touch. Here's Hunzinger. Parker sets it up to Dudley there with the right hand. And that was deflected out of bounds. The point there for Wapahani. Nicely done there by the Raiders. So 9-2's your score. Nola Baker back in. Parker back there to serve. How about, oh, they're going to get her with a lift. Tell you what, though, that was still pretty darn impressive, if you ask me. Nobody was, but if you did by chance, I mean, all the way around, them even have a chance of getting that ball back over the net was pretty good. And there's Hopkins again. So in comes Ainsley Draper for Wes-Del. Tatum Dudley back to serve for Wapahani. Set up to Freeman. Clements with the dig. Hunzinger sets it up to Dudley. Dirk digs it out. Freeman sets it up to Tony. Baker lays into that one, so it's going to be out of bounds. Nobody touched it. That was a great time to swing and miss if you're Wes-Del. Because again, considering she didn't touch it, that ball was out of bounds. Had she have, that probably would have been a whole other different story right there. As Hopkins comes through there with point number 11. Cammie Rivers returns to the floor. Hunzinger on over to Rivers on the left side. Dug out by Tony. Her there with a set up to Freeman, and that's going to be a net violation on Wes-Del. Right side attack by Freeman. Dug out by Dudley. Hunzinger sets there to the back row to Hopkins. And again, nothing special, but still effective. Baker nails that one on home. So Wapahani again builds their lead up to 10, their largest here of the set. Parker will get to that one. Hunzinger on the Rivers. Nice dig from Carmichael. Hopkins will track it down. Nice job there by Presley Durr. Rivers again levels another one. 15-5, in comes Walters. We'll have Baker back to serve. Nicely done. Good ball there from Baker. Walters, Hunsinger, why not? Yes! Rivers delivers again. Touch right there, being able to get that one up in the air. That one falls in play. Walters will collect the kill as the Raiders on top here by 12. Edging just a little bit closer to a sweep of the Warriors here tonight, and we'll have a rotation violation on Wapahani. Okay, so in comes Aubrey Antrim for Wes-Del. Kylan No back to serve. New sends that one deep there to Hopkins. Set on to Walters. Freeman, Durr on to Antrim. Met at the net there by Walters. Rivers diagonally finding that right sideline. And we'll have a couple of substitutions now. In comes Addie Barnes and number 13, Journey Mays. So Hunsinger and Dudley will have a seat. Barnes back to serve. Set up to Rivers. And Durr unable to get that one back over. Nice serve again from Addy. Tony on the right side attack. Parker there to dig it out. Barnes to set it up. Journey Mains with the kill. 20-6 Wapahani. Nice hustle from Rivers and Barnes. And unfortunately, this time around nothing good came of it, but at least for Wapahani that is. So back in comes Savannah Durr for Wes-Del. Number 13, Presley Durr back to serve. Baines, Barnes, Walters. Can't keep that one in. Short serve there, landed right there in front of Parker. So an ace for Durr. Main stays with it. Nice hustle there by Rivers. Parker will get it over. Free ball here for Wes-Del. And blocked by Walters. Nicely done there by Kylan New. Walters back on the attack. Durr. New now to Freeman and out of bounds. New set it up there to Tony. Rivers digs it out. Well, that was a well-struck ball there by Walters. Serve again from Rivers. That ball again, the pass right on top of the net. Walters disposed of it. Again, following the conclusion of this one here tonight, make sure to stay right here with us. We'll have a very short Raiders Live post-game show. And here we are at match point. Rivers on to Barnes. Here come Hopkins. And the Raiders will end it like the dominant force they've been all game long. So the Raiders with a clean sweep of the Warriors here tonight, 25-14, 25-14, 25-9. Wapahani now improves to 4-1 on the season and 2-0 in MEC conference play. Again, Wes-Del now falls to 1-3 in match play so far here on the young season. Again, make sure to stick around here with us, folks. Raiders Live post-game show coming up here on the other side of the break, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives. Finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Carroll for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger. Getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network again with our Raiders Live, again, post-game show, again, presented by Sam Pierce Chevrolet. Again, Wapahani in a sweep of Wes-Del here tonight, 25-14, 25-14, 25-9. Again, now to improve to 4-1 on the season and a perfect 2-0 in MEC conference play. So, again, great win overall. You know, yeah, there was a few times there throughout the course of the ball game where I wouldn't necessarily say that, you know, I guess Wapahani had to be nervous, and again, that's no knock on Wes-Del, but you know, Wes-Del was playing some pretty good ball, and unfortunately, there was a point in time where we were not. But you know, gathered ourselves, locked back in, and you know, got after it and went on to, like I said, what was really quite the dominating victory here tonight for Wapahani. So, you know, winners of our last four now. You know, we're really trending in the right direction here again after, you know, a hard-fought, tough opening season loss there to Delta. You know, we've answered the call the last four times around here, and you know, I think we played really well. You know, and something that, you know, I think every game, you know, you look to build off of things. You know, things you did correctly. You know, yeah, there's always going to be things that you're going to mess up on. It happens. You know, they're all human. You know, you can't go out here and expect that, you know, any team's going to play error-free or mistake-free. That's just part of the game. But, you want to minimize errors and mistakes as much as possible. And, we've seen that, I think, here tonight. And, it was a solid game, solid win for us. And, hopefully, hopefully this will continue to push us in a really good direction right here, because we've got some tough games coming up again this weekend. Wapahani will host our annual Wapahani Volleyball Invitational. It will be a start time of 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. Again, the teams in the tournament. The teams in the tournament is Wapahani, Oak Hill, Muncie Central, as well as Northeastern, Seton Catholic, and Adams Central. So again, those are all the teams. They're 6-team tournament. Again, no broadcast for that because we've never broadcast it for one, but there's games going on in 2 courts, and it's nearly impossible to broadcast games like that because of the seating arrangement. So we will still be out here. We'll still relay the information. All you fine folks out there on social media, we'll keep everyone updated on there. So if you haven't followed us on X and liked us, like our Facebook page, make sure to do so at WHS Network. Again, so we'll have all the score updates throughout the day on Saturday. They're on our social media sites. But our next broadcast will be next Tuesday. We'll be on the road again. But a big-time game against the Yorktown Tigers. Again, they seemingly always have our number. And hopefully Wapahani this time around can look to change their fortune, because yet again it always kind of seems like that when we play against Yorktown, we tend to forget how to play. Now, again, granted, they're a very good team. They've always had a very good team, but so have we. And if you expect to win, or if you would like to win, you've got to play to your capabilities and not let another team dictate how the outcome's going to go just because of their the name on the jersey. It is what it is, but we've got to get back at it. It's going to be a big time game. They're coming up on Tuesday night at Yorktown. So again, that'll be the next time you'll see us here on the broadcast. Again, big thank you to all of our sponsors for all they do for us. Again, Sam Pierce Chevrolet, Next Home Elite Real Estate, Realtor Austin Rich, as well as Next Home Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton. Liberty Prairie Alumni Association, Taylor Architects, Inc., Alfred Rods and Customs, Air Park Door, Signed by Ash, Some American Legion Post 437, Dr. Kerr J. Wolf, DDSPC, and East Jackson Auto Sales. Again, all proud sponsors of the WHS Network. So again, we'll be back at it next Tuesday. Again, the Raiders will be at it at their Wapahani Invitational coming up on Saturday. So folks, again, we want to thank you guys again for tuning in. And again, until next Tuesday night, I'm Brandon Moore-Villas alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy saying good night from Raider Gymnasium.